Welcome to the Hong Kong University Faculty of Engineering. HKU is one of the greatest universities in the world. Of course, you know that HKU is the #1 university in Hong Kong as well. And engineering was one of its founding faculties well over 100 years ago. My name is David Srolovitz, and I'm the Dean of Engineering. It is my pleasure to meet with you today. Information Day is an important event for the entire faculty. It is our opportunity to introduce you to the Faculty of Engineering and its undergraduate academic programs. It also provides you with an opportunity to talk directly with some of our professors and current students. Today, our goal is to provide you with some new insights into Hong Kong University's engineering, as well as some useful tips to enhance your application. I hope you enjoy what we've prepared for you today and that you follow up with us afterwards. In a moment, you will join our Engineering Study in HKU webinar. Here you'll meet several of our professors, all are members of our Engineering Admissions Committee, as well as 2 current students. Our professors will discuss with you some of the new elements of our engineering programs. Our students will share some of their personal experiences in studying engineering at HKU. After the webinar, please join our virtual admissions talk by representatives of our departments and programs. Afterwards, they'll be able to answer all of your questions in person. Of course, you are also invited to visit our virtual booth throughout the day for more information. Apart from today's activities, we warmly welcome you to visit live our campus next week. When you do, we'll be proud to help you explore our advanced engineering laboratories and new student spaces, such as our recently opened Tom Wing Fan Innovation Wing, the place where I am right now. To come, you'll have to register ahead for your visit, as there are limited spots, so please register early. For more information, please visit our faculty website. Lastly, enjoy the day. We hope to see you soon as a student of our HKU Faculty of Engineering. Our mission is not only to prepare you for a successful career, but also to enable your intellectual growth and for you to establish the relationships that build a successful, fulfilling life.
Hello everyone, I am Kelvin Orr from the Faculty of Engineering. I am the chairman of the Engineering Admissions Committee and also a faculty member of the Department of Industrial and Manufacturing Systems Engineering. Today with me, we have Dr. IDAY. She is a member of Engineering Admissions Committee and also a faculty member of the Department of Electrical and Electronic Engineering. We also have 2 final year students being here with us, Seth from the Department of EEE, and also we have Wilson here from the Department of Civil Engineering. We are here to tell you more about engineering study in HKU. Edith, there are many exciting and excellent projects in the Faculty of Engineering. So one of them is the robotic fish projects. In the projects, we have an HKU engineering student team, and the team has created the world's fastest robotic fish. And also the projects set a new Guinness World Records for the 2nd time. Have you heard of that?
Yes, of course. This is the reason why I have invited Sat here today. So Sat is one of our project leaders in the robotic fish team. Maybe Sat could tell us more about the project.
Sure. Thank you. My name is Saad. I'm currently in my 4th year studying computer engineering. I was one of the project leaders for the robotic fish team. We actually started as a small group of engineering students who wanted to do something cool. And what's cooler than making a robotic fish? A fish that is fastest in the world. As exciting the task was ahead of us, it was even more daunting, as not much work was done on it before. And a couple of students, like us, were going to do something absolutely novel. No matter how impossible it sounded, the faculty and the department, after seeing our passion, were eager to give us an opportunity. They provided us with the space, funding, and technical assistance as required. 4 years later, we got our first Guinness World Record, and then a year later, our 2nd one. We are now faster than the Olympic gold medalist Michael Phelps himself, covering 50 meters in just under 23 seconds. I worked on it since my year 1, and then later transformed it into Breed Robotics, which is a bio-inspired robotics organization. Now we have more robots as well. one of the robots which we're currently working on is a robotic dog. Besides the Guinness World Record, our team has joined multiple innovation and design competitions. One of the most distinguished of them being the Grand Prize Award from the Hong Kong Institution of Engineers. Additionally, we've also been featured on MIT Deep Tech Review as well.
Sat, I know that Tham Nguyen Phang Innovation Wing provides huge makerspace and excellent facilities for our students' projects. Have you heard about that?
Yes. The Tam Wing Fan Innovation Wing is definitely at the core of innovation and interdisciplinary research at HKU because students can do their projects there and realize their ideas. It's not just a huge facility with makerspaces and tools, but an entire innovation ecosystem. Our team, Breed Robotics, was nurtured there as well to become what it is today. InnoWing promotes ideas and collaboration between individuals and groups, and it provided us with a good system of technical support and supervision from on-duty professors and a well-structured funding system. It further gave us the opportunity to go to many competitions. If you have an idea and want to make it happen, Innovation Wing is the place for you. Besides the Innovation Wing, we have the Innovation Academy as well, which provided us with ample opportunities and equipped us with relevant technical knowledge and skills that we needed for our projects. They organized various workshops, sharing sessions with renowned guest speakers, and they came and shared their valuable insight and experiences with us, which proved to be very effective to help us lead our projects. There's also an Engineering Inno Show every semester, which is an exhibition to allow us to show our projects to professors, fellow students, and outsiders from the industry as well. It serves as an excellent opportunity for us to get feedback and garner more support for our projects. They also host pitching competitions every year to strengthen student problem-solving skills and presentation skills as well. Students get to compete with their ideas to further get support for their projects.
Thank you, Sat. How about Wilson? Can you share with us your experience in our faculty at HKU?
Sure. I'm a final year student in civil engineering. My university life is fulfilling with both solid academic trainings as well as fascinating out-of-classroom experiences. I've participated in an internship in the Hong Kong Electric Company in last winter as an intern. For most of the training period, I was assigned to the Lama Power Station to gain site experience. People may think that civil engineering is only about building mega infrastructures. However, from my internship, I realized that civil engineering is a broad subject which shapes our society. For example, the company is constructing a more sustainable electricity generation system. Indeed, civil engineers take an irreplaceable role in safeguarding reliable electricity and water supplies, as well as a safe living environment in Hong Kong.
Yeah, in fact, internship is a very important part for experiential learning. In our programs, actually many of them involve this kind of internship. So our students will take like 4 to 6 weeks in the summer for their internship program. And our partners include government departments, public entities, construction firms, and even financial institutions.
True, internship is quite important indeed. But in addition to that, I think some students may be interested in research, and I know that Wilson, you joined the summer research program before. Can you tell us more about that?
Of course. With my deep-rooted interest, I've joined the summer research program organized by the Graduate School of HKU. I was introduced to a variety of cutting-edge research on landslide prediction and mitigation measures. Also, I have the opportunity to contribute to review and underlying mechanisms for highly destructive landslides, which can grow in volume when they surge down the slope. Based on my excellent performance, at the end of the program, I was awarded with the conditional offer of the HKU Presidential PhD Scholarship from the Vice Chancellor, Professor Chang Zhang. In short, I'm deeply interested in mitigating natural hazards through engineering research.
Wilson and Sat, our audience may also be interested in your university life. Could you tell us more about that?
Sure. Even though academic life can be tough and projects take up a good amount of time, my experience as an engineering student doesn't end there. I'm also a member of the HKU Dragon Boat team and previously the HKU rowing team as well. We are taught at HKU it is important to nourish both mind and body, and I'm a staunch follower of this mantra. I have also taken part as an executive committee member of the Muslim Student Association as vice president, and it has been a fulfilling experience sharing this with the community at HKU. I was fortunate to be awarded the St. John's Student Ambassador Award, and as part of the program, I attended a study tour to the University of Cambridge and Oxford in the UK.
It is always my aim to strike a balance between academic and non-academic life. Throughout the 3 years of studies at HKU, I focused as much on study, but also managed to join some service learning program. I was also the president of Christian Association of HKU, and in year 3, I joined the Hall Chinese debate team and achieved the second runner-up of the Inter-Hall Chinese debate competition. I was fortunate enough to have the chance to establish friendships and enhance other soft skills such as social awareness and critical thinking through joining these activities.
It seems both of you have a very busy but happy and fulfilling university life.
That's true. As an international student, when I was looking for a place to study my undergrad, I wanted a holistic experience. I took into consideration things like cultural exposure, learning opportunities, and definitely fun. Without doubt, Hong Kong is one of the best cities in the world for students. It has a vibrant and unique culture, and it is a meeting point for people with multiple nationalities and ethnicities, which serves as an excellent learning opportunity. In addition, Hong Kong is one of the few places in the East where English is widely used everywhere, so it is much easier for me to integrate. HKU is a place that is full of international students, and HKU stands with the top universities in the world, ranked first in Hong Kong and fourth in Asia. Therefore, that's why I chose to come to HKU to do my undergrad. After getting my offer from HKU Engineering, I found that there were many opportunities that I didn't know about. As an example, I had the opportunity to do a summer research project at HKU under the Laidlaw Scholarship Program, and then I further presented my work at the annual Marine Robotics Conference at St. Petersburg. I further complemented my experience through experiential learning opportunities like the Leadership Development Program, where I spent a month in Kuala Lumpur helping companies boost profits.
I totally agree with what Saad has just mentioned. In my experience, many local students cannot see that engineering is a rewarding career in which we can build something from nothing. Moreover, HKU has a strong reputation in engineering industry. This allowed us to enter into international renowned companies and work on interesting and innovative projects. On top of that, HKU offers a wide spectrum of programs which allowed us to connect with world-class scholars and other disciplines to inspire each other.
Wilson, you're right. Indeed, our faculty's programs are very comprehensive. So besides civil engineering, we also have computer science, industrial and manufacturing system engineering, and mechanical engineering. Apart from them, our faculty also collaborates with other faculties to hold new programs such as the BioMedical Engineering program with the Faculty of Medicine and the FinTech program on financial technology with the Faculty of Law and the Business School.
Right, Edith, not to mention our popular double degree program, Global Engineering with Business. Students in that program, they can earn 2 degrees after finishing the study in that program, one in engineering, one in business. Of course, we also work with the University of Cambridge, a very prestigious overseas university in the UK. Students who join that program, they can spend first 2 years in HKU, and then after the first 2 years, they need to spend the 3rd, 4th, and 5th year in the University of Cambridge. And then if they successfully finish the 5-year study, they would earn basically 3 degrees. One BEng offered by HKU, and then another bachelor degree offered by Cambridge, and also another master degree offered by Cambridge as well. And also I'm sure that if students join that scheme, they can see a lot, learn a lot from their school, from the courses they offer and also from the country as well.
Definitely. Professor, I heard that there is a new program this year too. What is that?
Oh yeah, true, Saad. Next academic year, we will have a new program called BEng in Data Science and Engineering. So data science and engineering is a relatively new discipline. It is basically a new paradigm for problem solving in engineering. Basically goes beyond the traditional computer science area, statistics fields, and also traditional engineering area as well. Data science has created a lot of job opportunity actually. For example, it creates a huge demand for data scientists and data engineers. Their job basically is to design, develop, evaluate, maintain data architecture, including the creation of computer algorithm, AI machine learning based algorithm for problem solving actually.
Great. So, Saad and Wilson, I know this is your final year in Hong Kong U. Can you tell us more about your career plan after graduation?
Oh, sure. For me, I like to make impact in my life and in the life of people around me. That's what drives me. The feeling of being part of something bigger than ourselves. Due to this, entrepreneurship has been a very lucrative path for me. Over my 4 years at university, I co-founded an edtech startup as well as a robotics startup as well. The university has a thorough startup incubator system linked with the Hong Kong Science and Technology Park, giving access to workshops, mentors, talents, and funding, plus space. We have a well-established startup ecosystem at HKU, and due to a high emphasis on interdisciplinary work, you are likely to meet talented individuals from other faculties to bring true innovation into reality.
That's great. What about Wilson?
For me, I hope to pursue a PhD in civil engineering to solve pressing global issues and to make this world a better place. Particularly, I would like to explore the influence of climate change on landslides and eventually develop novel countermeasures against them. I hope I will have the privilege to make a contribution to slope safety preparedness, not just locally, but internationally with high level of research.
That's true. Actually, our graduate is no longer limited to traditional engineering career. Kelvin, could you tell us more about the career perspectives?
Yes, actually our students can find jobs in different fields and areas because all the degree programs in the Bachelor of Engineering and Bachelor of BioMedical Engineering, they are accredited by the Hong Kong Institute of Engineers. So such accreditation is also recognized globally. So again, the students can find jobs quite easily. In the past, our graduates, they are hired by many different large companies. So in addition to those traditional engineering fields, some of them join the emerging industry like financial technology, people call that fintech, and also AI and robotics as well. In fact, Hong Kong U got the highest employment rates over the year compared to other local universities. In addition to that, some graduates, they may wish to have their own startup, like Saad. He has got his startup for some years. To facilitate that, HKU actually provides a lot of opportunities and resources to support students who have an idea or a dream to establish their own startup. Also, with the innovation ring, the facilities here, and also with the Innovation Academy in the faculty, we can further and continue to promote the spirit of entrepreneurship. Some students also, they may want to do research like Wilson. They may want to pursue a PhD degree after getting an undergraduate degree. That is another opportunity for graduates because they may want to spend their career doing research in the future. So, yeah, that's pretty much about the career prospects. And I hope that sharing of Wilson and Saad about internship, about university life, about the robotic fish, all of the information are helpful. If you want to know more about HKU engineering and want to know more about our programs, join us for the virtual admission talks later today. And also join us for the virtual booth if you have questions to ask. If you want to see our labs and facilities at HKU, do come to HKU on November 6th for lab tours, because we will have open labs that day. For doing that, you will need to register for that through the online registration system. So thank you all of you for being here with us today. Hope you have a good day, and I also hope that to see all of you at HKU in the future.
See you.
Bye-bye. Okay, I hope that the introduction and the information just now is clear enough and it is useful for you. If you have questions, please feel free to type through the online system. And then after we receiving your questions, then we will discuss about that. Before that, perhaps let me start with my question for Wilson and for Seth. So for the main engineering program, the 6963 one, we just talked about that first year students in our study. It's a common engineering year. And after the first year, students need to choose a specific engineering major discipline. So we have different programs that we have, but I would like to see whether Wilson and Seth, if you have any advice for young students, first year students, about the kind of things they should consider when they think about what major to choose. So perhaps Wilson, you have
Yes.
any insight?
Sure. My first advice is to explore the discipline or the major more deeply, because our curriculum is limited with time, and you need to choose your major based on a well-informed decision. So you may have to go to YouTube, for example, to search what is civil engineering, what is mechanical engineering, and know more about what actually are those engineers doing. For example, what projects do they handle? In my first year, I actually do not know that, well, civil engineering has a large part on, for example, water resources engineering and transportation engineering, because they are less talked about in the context of Hong Kong, but they are so important to our people's livelihood. So make a well-informed decision by exploring yourself more, for example, going on YouTube and talking to the professors. And my second advice is to think about your career prospect in a more long-term way. Lots of my first-year advisees actually told me that they want to choose CS, but they are less confident because the marks is quite high for computer science. However, I told them that, well, actually in Korea, you can learn about programming, you can learn about software programming in a more long-term way. You don't have to limit yourself to choose it in the first place, because it's a long-term run in your career, and it is not surprising that your training in other disciplines can contribute to your learning in another discipline. And you can also take minors to your desired discipline if you cannot choose your first major. So what about Sam?
Oh, sure. Thank you. Actually, that was a pretty good answer from him. I will try to add on to it further. What I would also suggest highly is that first year is again your time to explore disciplines offered by HKU Engineering. And we do have the innovation wing as well, which has many interdisciplinary projects, and it really helps you understand what really goes out in the real world. And there are many programs and there are many activities which basically helps first year students understand these projects better and even take part in them. And after a year working with these various projects and even how the courses are structured, your time should be focused more on understanding what each discipline has to offer. And if you spend that correctly, you will have a feeling of what each major does. And then the other thing would be to, again, as he said, ask professors, ask seniors. We have a very good peer-to-peer system established as well, where you can actually talk to peers, your seniors, and get their feedback. So your own personal experience with projects, different societies per se, talking to peers, talking to professors, if you add this all up together, I believe that you can make a very well-informed decision by the end of your year one. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Wilson. Thank you, Seth. Okay, so we have a question from audience. The question is, do students need a portfolio if they want to apply for civil engineering? Okay, the answer is, a short, quick answer is no need. Because if you want to study civil engineering, you have to apply to our main engineering program, JUPAS code JS6963. As we just said just now, after you enter the program, you will become a first common engineering student. After the first year, you have to select your major engineering discipline. In your case, in this case, this question, then you probably will need to choose a civil engineering. So no need any portfolio. Okay. All right. We also have another question about the HKU Cambridge Joint Recruitment Scheme. So the question is, will that scheme still be available for the 2022 intake? And what are the requirements to be joining the program, the HKU Cambridge Recruitment Scheme program? So perhaps I answer again?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So first of all, will that still be available next academic year? The answer is yes. Then about the requirements, we are looking for very outstanding student with excellent academic performance for joining the program. The number of students we will select for each cohort usually would not exceed 10. So within 10 students, we will shortlist and consider to join the program. So students who wish to be selected to join the scheme, they will have to go through some selection procedures. For example, we will do a screening test. We will also have interview with the students. And then, of course, again, we will go through their academic performance and the grades, the score they get in different courses. And based on that, we will select very outstanding students to join this program. Okay. We have another question here. Someone asked, I want to ask that whether a student can take a double major in 2 aspects in different engineering. For example, computer science and computer engineering, or taking a major in computer science and then minor in computing engineering.
So maybe I can
yeah.
help answering this question. We can pay attention that all students actually can declare a minor in engineering. but only a few programs students can declare a second major. So the main reason is because of the credit limit. So only computer science, fintech program, and the data science and engineering program students can choose a second major. But all other students can declare a minor.
Yeah. Okay.
So we got another question. So the question is, will non-Chinese speaking students face any difficulties in Hong Kong U in terms of lectures, team projects, or student life? So what do you think?
Maybe students here?
Actually, I think because me being an international and I do not speak the local language as well, these were one of the many questions that I had. I was worried, but again, it's like when I asked peers and I got more of the experiences, all of the classes here are in English, except if you take Chinese classes where you're expected to learn Chinese, but even there, the instruction is in English.
Yeah.
So like the experience so far has been very fine, and even outside, like on campus, if I go to any other like projects or like any other facilities, all staff can speak English. Even if I talk about my hall experience, so I currently live in St. John's Hall, and even for the other halls as well, most of the staff there speaks English as well. So I do not have difficulty going about my day. And generally in Hong Kong, most people that I come across generally can speak a certain level of English. So it's really easy to integrate here than I guess any other part of Asia. So it's quite wonderful experience.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Yeah.
So every year we have maybe like 20-30% of the students who are from outside.
Yeah.
Then of course, we have been doing that over the years. So I'm sure that students would have no problems, going around the campus, having lecture, doing team group projects, etc.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Great. Okay. Here's another one. Is biomedical engineering? Is that included in the faculty of engineering? So let me answer that. Okay. If you are interested in biomedical engineering, so you need to apply. That is a standalone, independent program. So if you want to pursue in that area, you have to apply for using another JUPAS code, which is JS 6925. So the curriculum, the structure for that program is slightly different from the main engineering program, the JS 6963. So in other words, you need to use another JUPAS code. It's an independent program. Okay. Another one. How many people will eventually get into the HKU Cambridge scheme?
So I know that a lot of students are interested in this scheme. I know that around 10 students, maximum 10 students will be admitted every year for this prestigious scheme. But the exact number actually varies year by year. Yeah, so I remember the evaluation or the selection process involves also Cambridge University.
Yes.
It's not totally under the control of Hong Kong U, I guess. Yeah. And the selection is based on the admission results already, right? If I remember correctly.
Based on admission. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's highly competitive, but it is a very attractive scheme to students.
Very competitive, actually. Yeah.
So the next question is, how many scholarships are provided to international students hoping to join engineering undergraduate degree? So the answer is a number of entrance scholarships are available, awarded based on the academic merits, and also some consider the non-academic achievement. And regarding Faculty of Engineering, we also have the Dean's Award for engineering students. They are usually top students with very good academic merits, and we will select them among our admitted students.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so this another question from the audience. Is it difficult to get into civil engineering in second year? Before I talk a little bit about it, maybe Wilson, you have any thought?
Very unfortunately, civil engineering is no longer the most popular major in HKU engineering program. We are taught by computer science. However, just some brief ideas about the difficulty or or how can you get into civil engineering. So basically, you will become, if I remember correctly, on the best 5 courses in your first year. And if you can reach a GPA of about 3.3, you can choose basically whatever major you want. And so it's kind of difficult, but it's not really unachievable because most of my peers can also score that and choose their desired major. And actually, more than or about 97% of students could get into their first and second choice or second choice of their desired program. So it is basically, yes, the choice is basically open to all of you.
Okay. I think if you want to get something that you want, you need to try hard. And so during the first year, you spend time, spend effort, try your best to study, get good academic performance, and then the chance will be much higher. And in the past years, about 97% of our first year students, they could get into their first or second choice of their desired program. So 97% pretty okay, I think, pretty reasonable. Yeah. Okay. Next question. How many quotas for computer science major? What are the selection criteria? So in HKU, the main engineering program, the 6963, again, after first year, they enter a major from second year. Around 25% of the first year student pool, the entire cohort, 25% of them, they should be able to get into their major that they select. But of course, that is also based on their academic performance. So it's not that saying that you choose that, then guarantee that you will get into the program. It's not like that. That's also based on the academic performance. So, yeah. Okay, other questions? A student studying economics, geography, and ITC in high school in DSE as selective electives, but the student doesn't want to do math extended part M1, M2. Is the student eligible to apply for the main engineering program?
So if I understand correctly, then M1, M2 are not mandatory for the engineering program JS 6963, but physics or combined science with physics component is required for the JS 6963 program. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's not required, but that is preferred.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So can you tell me more about the computer engineering studies? Anything related to data science and engineering? Yes, so I can tell you a little bit more about the computer engineering program. Yeah, so it's related to both the hardware side and the software side of computer systems. So on the hardware side, then you will learn about computer architecture and also integrated circuits. And on the software side, similar to computer science, you will learn programming, algorithms, database, and networking. So it's this C program is different from the new program on data science and engineering. So the data science and engineering focuses more on data analytics and also data management. Yeah, so and that program will be offered by the computer science department. And for the C program, it's jointly organized by the computer science and the EEE department. Yeah, so I hope I answer your question. Yeah. So. We have one more question. Will all the applicants be invited for admission interview? And when will the interview be conducted? So
Okay, all right. For this one, the JUPAS applicants, if they put our program in their Band A choice, then we will invite them for an interview. So about when interview would happen, 2 time points. One is in January 2022, this coming January. And then another round of interview will be in June next year, June 2022. So make sure that you put our programs as your Band A choice so that we can invite you for interview. Okay, another question. We have an international student studying in Canada. Does he or she need to take IELTS for admission? So a quick one, quick answer then. Student will need to meet all the English language requirement. IELTS is one of the tests that we recognize. Okay. We talk another one right here. We talk about interviewing student. Is that before we giving out conditional offer or after the offer is provided? So.
I'm not quite sure.
Okay. Yes. First of all, we shortlist non-JUPAS applicants first for interview before we giving out any offer. So maybe Seth, because you know you are an international student, so you have any or you know both joined the interview before?
Sure, absolutely. It's been about 3.5 years, like actually 4 years when I had my interview. So currently I'm in my 4th year. So the interview structure might have changed a bit, but I think like the core content or the essence would still be the same for them. So when I had my interview after I applied and I sent in my application, I think I got my interview notice pretty soon. And because I was an international student, I couldn't come to Hong Kong. My interview was online. So I was interviewed by a panel of judges from who I believe were from the Faculty of Engineering, one from, and then the others were from the department that I applied to initially as my first choice. The interview was very interesting because they actually were asking me stuff like which I was passionate about. So they like went through my essays, obviously, and like through my CV as well. So they talked about like past projects. They talked about why I wanted to come to HKU and specifically the engineering program and my first major. So I think it's like very important to know why you are making this decision, because I think they would appreciate answers where the student has thought through the entire process, or at least have some experiences which will add to the engineering community at HKU itself, I believe. Wilson, would you want to add anything to it?
Well, quite unfortunately, I was not I have not participated in the interview of the Faculty of Engineering when I got admitted into HKU engineering program, basically because I make my choice in the last minute to choose civil engineering as my first choice. However, I think that it's important for local students to inform their teachers for their choices, because they can offer timely help and ask previous students who got into engineering programs to help advise you of how to admit into the program. Basically, your secondary school should provide, or they have numerous resources for you to get into access, and your seniors and previous students' experience are valuable to making a well-informed decision. Yes.
All right.
So we got a new question. How is the food, dorms, and campus activities like in Hong Kong U? Also, is there generally enough free time for hobbies after or before school?
Yes, that's a good question.
Yeah,
Food,
we Sad and Wilson. Yeah.
Yes, I can go first.
Sure, you can go
Well, about the food, dorm, and campus activity. Well, basically we have a variety of choices of food in HKU. We have, if I remember correctly, we have very traditional Chinese food, and we also have Indian or the Middle East kebab. So a variety of food. And about dorms and campus activity, well, unfortunately, I have not participated in hall activities, so Sad can mention more about it. And about campus activity, I think Sad and I have quite a wonderful experience in having the activities organized by societies. Well, about the last question, about free time and hobbies for school, before or after school. Well, it's an interesting question because it depends on how you arrange your time, because every one of us are busy with our lives, with our family. Lots of the time you need to make a decision to whether I choose this or I don't do this. You need to ask yourself whether you think this one is the most valuable thing to spend your time with. And it is very useful to make such decision, especially when you are grow up or when you are about to graduate, because we are facing life decisions every day, and it's not easy to strike a balance because we only have 24 hours of time a day. So what thoughts are?
True, actually. Thank you again, Wilson, for your wonderful sharing as well. So actually, it's like, for me, I think my day is divided into 3 parts. The first one is for classes, so I just go and then classes, do assignments. So that's like a major part of my day. Then the other half is basically allotted for the other activities, some projects that I mentioned earlier. So the other part is basically allotted to all of that. Then I have the third part, usually towards the evening or at night, where I actually exercise or actually do sports. And I think this sort of balance is like needed, because it helps you get good education, good experience, all the while being healthy as well. So I actually stress a lot on these 3 points. And I think the social aspect to it is that throughout my day, I meet so many peers, and they're all very friendly as well. So I think my social circle is also very active because of this arrangement per se. Like more on like hall activities as well. Most of our hall activities are actually on the weekends per se, or like more towards the evening side. So it's always fun to go back after work and just have fun and like chill with your peers and have all those activities. We have different like cultural events. We per se have like a Halloween high table actually coming up, where we'll be dressing up this Sunday. I have an interesting costume up as well. So it's always very interesting. And again, it is how you make the most of your time. There's definitely opportunity. There's definitely space. People are doing it, but you always have to organize yourself a bit. But I think we all learn that as we go. It's an essential skill of growing up and being, per se, an engineer or being an individual. And again, adding on to the last part for like hobbies themselves, like yes, it's like some interests you have to sort of like push them down the line a bit. But for me, at least, like my hobby or my interest is actually building stuff. So so my entire day is doing my hobbies. So it kind of is in line with what I want to do. So I do not really face any issues with that. But I love to hike. Can't hike every day. So weekends on like Sundays, that's my day to hike. So I still get time for that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
One last question for Wilson and Seth again. Can you share about the things you find fascinating, exciting about the core courses or major that you choose?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
So about the core courses that I have chosen, I found it interesting to study in a field called geotechnical engineering, which basically deal with soil and the material on Earth, which you can build something as strong as a foundation and as mobile as a landslide. It's basically all of them are soil, but then the properties are quite different. And I gain an appreciation, a basic appreciation of how actually their properties and they are formed. The course is called Slope Engineering, but after this course, I also get interested in other geotechnical engineering courses. For example, retaining wall, which you can see in quite near Hong Kong, you can see a lot of retaining wall with soil nails. I got to learn how to design a retaining wall in this year, which is quite interesting for me. And I'm going to learn how to design a foundation in the next semester, which is quite essential for a building because it sustains all the load from the structure. And one more thing I would like to add about is that civil engineering is quite a comprehensive program. We deal with water, we deal with soil, we deal with building structures, we even deal with transportation. So there are a wide range of topics, lots of pressing issues that we are getting in touch with. For example, water resources management, which is quite a hot topic because with the climate change, there's increasing water stresses, and you may even think about like Taiwan. They have a month of very little water, which is quite unimaginable for an international city like Taiwan. And more importantly, I got to explore myself into lots of the different issues. For example, I didn't even know that buildings actually emit more than half of the greenhouse gases in the world. So there's definitely a need for us to have a more sustainable development in terms of civil engineering industry. So I've shared a lot. What about that?
Sure. Actually, I learned something new as well today. So that's pretty good. I think for me, it's like I actually like how the courses are actually structured in HKU. So you have the right amount of like lecture, and then you also have in most courses time to make projects or like actually apply them as well. So I like the balance between learning and applying, especially because of the innovation wing in HKU. We have these projects where we can actually apply these concepts and we can come up with new questions which you cannot come up through lecture slides or like the academic content. And then we can bring those questions back or ask to like with professors and solve these issues. So I really find that interesting to actually do. For my major itself, like computer engineering, so to express it like briefly, it's more like working on both the hardware stack and the software stack at the exact same time. So you are capable of creating something from scratch and actually give life to objects per se. So my field of interest is robotics. So I can design the embedded systems, the software for it, and actually make it think or control it or make it do something. So I really enjoy making stuff, and sort of like it sort of feels like you're giving life to something inanimate. And as I guess we progress and learn more throughout our journey, the quality of these products would keep on increasing as well, hopefully, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, it comes to the end, and thank you for staying with us. We hope that you find the information useful. If you have further questions later on, please feel free to go to our virtual booth scheduled for today. About how to get in there, feel free to go to the HKU Engineering website, and we have details there. Or if you have questions later, you can also email us at this email address, enggugad@hku.hk. Let me repeat, let me do that again. enggugad@hku.hk. So before you go, we will also have what we call physical information day or lab tours scheduled for November 6th, a week from today, next Saturday. So if you want to see the engineering facilities, our labs, equipment, devices, also projects, and innovation wing, if you want to take a look at that, please register and then come to HKU on November 6th. Then we will take you to go through the InnoWing and the labs. And for registration, again, you can go to the HKU Engineering website and you will see all the details there. Please do that as soon as possible if you are interested in that, because we have limited seats. So we will assign seats as a first come, first serve basis. So again, hope you enjoy. Thank you.